So, the entire kit of Skirk just got leaked by HomDGCat, one of the most reliable leakers out there, and yes, it's absolutely insane. But that's not all. The final missing piece of version 5.6 has also been revealed. That last 4-star we were missing. The whole 5.6 banner lineup is now public, and it's sparking a lot of discussion. And honestly, I saw this coming because in a recent poll right here on my channel, 83% of you said you're either going for a Escoffier or skipping, many for Skirk. If you were on the fence about saving, spending, or diving into a Escoffier's banner, you're gonna want to stick around. Because not only is Skirk probably one of the most OP cryo units we've ever seen, she also synergizes perfectly with Escoffier. And that is 100% not a coincidence. Alright, so let's start with what everyone's losing their minds over. Skirk's full kit. Finally, after literal years of speculation, theories, and Skirkwen memes, we have her abilities from a very reliable leaker. And trust me, she's not just another cryo DPS. She's something very different. Her normal attack string, foul art, rend, looks pretty standard at first. 5 consecutive strikes and a charged throw that deals frontal AoE damage. But let's be honest, the basic string isn't what we're here for. What's interesting is how this simple-looking start becomes something terrifying once you add her skill and burst into the mix. Her elemental skill, foul art, flash, is where things get wild. This skill has 2 forms, tap and hold, and both of them revolve around something called Serpent's Subtlety stacks. With either tap or hold, she gains 45 stacks immediately. Tapping the skill puts her in 7-phase flash mode, which is later important for her 2 different bursts. Holding the skill lets her actively control her movement, and even gives her interruption resistance. So, what's the deal with all these stacks? Well, this is where her elemental burst comes in. And get this, Skirk is one of the very few characters whose burst doesn't cost energy. That's right, no need to build ER on her. Instead, she needs Serpent's Subtlety to trigger her ultimate. When she has at least 50 stacks, she can use Foul Art, Ruin, a devastating AoE cryo slash that rips space in front of her and deals multiple cryo hits in a row. Similar to Keqing's burst, if you ask me. The damage scales based on how many stacks over 50 she has, up to a maximum of 12 extra stacks. No energy? No problem. Stack-based bursts might just be the future. But wait, there's more. If she uses her burst while she's already in 7-phase flash mode, the ability is completely replaced by Foul Art, Decimate. Instead of consuming stacks, this special burst triggers a state called Withering. Now, this is where things get anime level insane. During Withering, every time her normal attacks hit, every 10th of a second, the damage ramps up. And if you've absorbed Void Rifts while casting this burst, the damage boost skyrockets even further. This stacking effect maxes out at 10 times, meaning her normal attacks become progressively more lethal the longer you stay in the mode. So, what are these Void Rifts? That's tied to her Ascension talent, Reason Beyond Reason. This talent makes Skirk generate Void Rifts whenever nearby allies trigger Frozen, Superconduct, Cryo Swirl, or Cryo Crystallize. 1 rift every 2.5 seconds, up to 3 on the field at a time. The key here is absorption. Skirk can absorb these rifts in 3 ways: by using a charged attack during 7-phase flash, activating her special burst while in flash mode, or moving swiftly during the held version of her skill. And each rift absorbed gives her 8 more Serpent's Subtlety stacks. That means more slashes, more damage, more destruction. But it doesn't stop there. Her second passive, Return to Oblivion, introduces a system called Death's Crossing stacks. She gains them whenever Hydro teammates deal Hydro DMG or Cryo teammates deal Cryo DMG. 1 per teammate, up to 3. These stacks directly amplify her normal attacks and bursts under flash mode, up to 170% normal attack scaling and 160% burst scaling at 3 stacks. And yes, This synergy means hydro/cryo-only teams are ideal. Sound familiar? It should. That's exactly the team comp Escoffier thrives in. Skirk and Escoffier are very likely intentionally designed to play off each other. Cryo/hydro exclusive teams, tight elemental coordination, and a system that rewards freeze comps like never before. Just imagine Furina, Yelan, Skirk, and Escoffier working together in a freeze loop of death. This isn't just synergy. This is a team meta blueprint. To top it all off, Skirk's passive talent, Giver of Weaponry, adds a spicy cherry on top. When your team is only cryo and hydro, with at least one of each, every party member's elemental skill gets increased by 1 level. It's a small buff, but across the whole team, it adds up fast. And again, freeze comp synergy confirmed. And yes, her constellations exist, but honestly, we won't dive too deep into them here. The important thing is that C1 gives her a massive AV slash after absorbing Void Rifts, and C6 turns her into a full-blown cryo blender with extra attacks, damage reduction, and wild scaling. If you're a whale, you're gonna have fun. If you're free to play, even her base kit is packed with synergy and scaling. Now let's talk about the rest of version 5.6, because Genshin just confirmed the final 4-star for Phase 1, and with that, we now know everything about the banners. Phase 1 is going to feature Navia and Escoffier as previously confirmed. But the 4-star units were incomplete until now. The final lineup is Layla, Aoife, and Auroron. And yes, Auroron just got officially confirmed. That rounds out the trio with a strong cryo shielder, a new Anemo DPS, and a pretty solid Electro support and off-field sub-DPS. Then we've got Phase 2, which brings us back to Inazuma. We're talking Raiden Shogun, Kinich, and of course, the Inazuma Chronicled Wish, which includes characters like Ayaka, Kazuha, and more. The 4-star lineup for the Raiden and Kinich banners is Lynette, Kujo, Sarah, and Toma. Again, this info comes straight from HomDGCat, so you can consider it as good as confirmed. Between Skirk's freeze-focused mechanics and Escoffier's cryo-hydro exclusivity, Hoyoverse is clearly pushing a very specific team synergy direction in these next 2 patches. We're talking full cryo/hydro-only teams, massive scaling on reaction-based kits, and characters who break the rules like energy-free bursts and stack-based systems. And honestly, it's refreshing. Skirk isn't just another Ganyu, Ayaka, or Ryosley clone. She has a playstyle built around control, tempo, and stacking mechanics that reward skilled timing and party synergy. If you enjoy characters that build momentum mid-fight, you'll love how Skirk plays. If you've been waiting for a cryo unit that breaks the mold, this is your chance. And now that we have the full 5.6 banner lineups, planning your pulls is more important than ever. Do you want to double down on freeze meta and go all in with Escoffier and Skirk? Do you want Raiden or Navia instead? Or maybe you're setting your eye for someone completely different, like Dahlia, the new 4-star, whose kit also just got leaked recently. Let me know in the comments if I should cover his full kit breakdown too. Either way, let's be real. 5.6 might be the most important patch if you want to maximize your Skirk. And I see that many of you do understand this already, since 36% are going for Escoffier or skipping for Skirk. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown helpful, consider leaving a like or subscribing. It helps a ton. Good luck with your pulls. May the serpent bless your summons, and may your void rifts always be in range. See you in the next one.